irrevocable benefit of the doubt, it doesn't even come close to half of what Texas Motor Speedway could have raked in. This is pretty open and shut, right? Not quite. North Wilkesboro has one big ace up its sleeve, and that is its upkeep costs. It was by all accounts a bare-bones facility, and it took up 1/3 of the land that Texas did. They would have cost next to
Hey guys, Ty here. Just got off of work.
Sure, it didn't
Got
have the modern amenities of other tracks, but you know what? People liked it.
That's
that
it.
way. It was a blast from the past. And had the Speedway persisted into the present day, it would no doubt be the site of the now wildly popular Throwback Weekend. Compare that to the enormous overhead costs that Texas would accrue, and now things are starting to look a lot more favorable. There's also one other factor to take into consideration as well. When Texas was first built, it was an absolute mess. Initially, the track had a litany of issues that were discovered during testing just 1 month before race day. Pit road was too narrow. The track itself was too narrow thanks to this weird dual banking system in the turns and apron that they later got rid of. Turns 1 and 2 had a massive hump in the middle of them, and the transitions coming out of turns 2 and 4 were horrendously abrupt. Most of these issues were fixed in hurried last-minute repairs to the track, but on opening day on lap 1, a massive pileup in turn 1 and an ensuing wreckfest of a race forced Bruton Smith to reconfigure that track for the 1998 race. And then there was another massive wreck on the first lap, and they had to reconfigure the track again. That last reconfiguration in 1998 alone cost between $1 and $2 million.
Wow.
Needless to say, North Wilkesboro never needed any such repairs, and Texas likely took far longer than expected to make back its money. But North Wilkesboro had to forfeit 2 race dates, right? So where did the other one go? Well, that went to giving New Hampshire Motor Speedway a second day. And in 1996, its purse was only a few hundred K more than North Wilkesboro's. Attendance figures in 1996 are unavailable, but in 1993 it brought in 66,000 people, and I'd venture to think that that number probably didn't get too much higher by 1996. Owner of the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Bob Baer, had a sort of de facto partnership with Bruton Smith and SMI, so they worked together to make this happen. In the mid-2000s, SMI would buy out Baer's racetrack ventures and bring them fully to the fold. But I really question the wisdom of hawking off one of the dates of NASCAR's founding tracks to a burgeoning market in New England. That's about as antithetical to the southern market as you can possibly get. And that brings us into the second aspect of the decision to abandon North Wilkesboro, the expansionist aspect.
I just got home from work and I'm just relaxing.
Of a massive buying spree. Bruton Smith had been in the track promo and ownership game since the 50s, but he didn't fully incorporate his ventures officially under the SMI banner until 1994. In the span of about half a decade, he acquired Atlanta Motor Speedway, Sonoma Raceway, and Bristol, all while having Charlotte on his roster since it was built in the 60s. In 1997, he would build and complete Texas Motor Speedway and Las Vegas Motor Speedway in 1998. NASCAR was going through a massive boom period in the 90s. And honestly, it would have been pretty irresponsible.
He's not here for he's not here because
he's
not here for a little bit.
Markets. I get it. Quite frankly, it's pretty dangerous.
I'm just looking at my phone for some real quick, and then I'll do it on YouTube.
Built in Texas by the time the 90s rolled around. Texas World Speedway was there, but it was a dump, and had been tried by NASCAR on 2 separate occasions in the past with little luck. Texas Motor Speedway in the Dallas-Fort Worth area was a real game changer, though. It offered tons of modern amenities, massive seating capacity, and a huge untapped market right in the middle of the Southeast meeting the Southwest. NASCAR is moving to Texas, and that's that. This is the one aspect of the argument that I agree with the most. It made sense, and to be honest with you, I'm actually perfectly okay with North Wilkesboro losing at least one of its 2 dates. Times change, and it's pretty hard to say no to 200,000 new NASCAR fans clamoring to see a race in their neck of the woods. But would those people stay? The entirety of the expansionist argument relies on the answer to this question being yes. And of course, the answer would end up being no. The empty stands at Texas have been the topic of discussion about NASCAR's demise for years now. New Hampshire hasn't been faring any better, and it even lost its second date a few years back in favor of Las Vegas, which has only been doing slightly better. So where did these people go? Why did these new fans not stick around?
That's funny.
It has to deal with the demographic NASCAR was targeting at the time, the casual race fan. Casual fans of something only stick around for as long as that thing remains relevant. Once that thing ceases to remain relevant, they just move on to the next rising thing. The NFL has such a massive casual fan base because the sport of football is so integral to the national culture that it can rake in millions of fans by sheer osmosis. The Super Bowl is such a massive cultural event in America that the streets are completely empty at kickoff time. And a lot of businesses just outright close because they can't make any sales during this time. NASCAR was never like that. Yeah, it peaked in popularity and had ads with A-list celebrities and national conversations about it, but it could never connect with the broader American psyche like football could. Why that is, I'll let you decide. But in the 90s, there seemed to be a real possibility that NASCAR could not just compete with the NFL's popularity, but maybe even surpass it. Hey, you laugh now, but at the time it seemed like a real possibility. The 90s were a wild time to be alive. But once NASCAR regressed in popularity, its foundation of new fans only interested in its cultural relevance eroded away at record speed. The only people left were the diehards, and some of the biggest diehards had been left behind in Wilkes County, North Carolina, and they weren't interested in coming back to the sport that had turned its back on them. NASCAR had forgotten one of the most basic rules of building a brand: never leave your core audience. But they had done just that. And now that NASCAR needs its core fans more than ever, it should come as no surprise that those that needed NASCAR more than ever back then in 1996 aren't exactly lining up to return to the sanctioning body that stabbed them in the back. NASCAR doesn't release attendance figures anymore, but we can estimate. According to most sources, Texas and New Hampshire are getting attendance figures around the high 30s to low 40s. They would kill to have North Wilkesboro's 60,000 from 1996 show up at their gates today. Now, NASCAR's recession is a lot more complicated than just leaving North Wilkesboro in the dust, so let's assume that they took a hit in attendance too. I mean, after all, North Wilkesboro is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But then again, Darlington is also out in the middle of nowhere. And it gets crowds in the high to mid 40s. Hell, Darlington is actually flanked by ocean on one side, so its potential reach of race fans is actually less than North Wilkesboro's. Even still, let's just say that North Wilkesboro could get 40,000 people to buy a ticket on race day if it was still on the schedule today. That puts it even with Texas and New Hampshire, right? Well, not really. As we've talked about before, we gotta factor in upkeep costs. Texas has 3 times the space to upkeep, not to mention the costs of track repaves, keeping up the suites, and all the other overhead costs involved with keeping one of the nation's biggest arenas going year after year. New Hampshire is only twice the size of North Wilkesboro, but the same problem applies here too. A bigger venue, but with the same amount of revenue rolling in, equals less profit. Bottom line. Once you factored in all the bills that other tracks had to pay, North Wilkesboro would probably be one of the most profitable tracks on the circuit. But hold on. Las Vegas Motor Speedway was added to the schedule in 1998, but what track had to lose a date for that to occur? Well, no one did. NASCAR simply added another race to the schedule and expanded it from 32 to 33 races that season. Wait, so why not just throw North Wilkesboro a bone and just create a new race date for them? The schedule increased pretty much every year from the mid-90s until 2001, when we settled on the current 36 race season. So why did NASCAR act like North Wilkesboro just had to go? This makes the sanctioning body's green light given to Smith and Bear all the more perplexing. At any point, NASCAR could have stepped in and said, no, we're leaving North Wilkesboro on the schedule no matter what. It's been here since day one and we're not leaving now. They're the sanctioning body, so it's their way or the highway. They could have put their foot down on this, but they didn't. They saw the signs the Texas Motor Speedway could have brought in, and they acted like their hands were tied. They're just as much to blame in this fiasco as the buyers, in my opinion. So leaving North Wilkesboro made sense at the time, but not in the long run. Hindsight is 20/20 after all. No one had a crystal ball in that scenario, but you know what should have given Bruton Smith, Bob Bear, and NASCAR some pause for thought right then and there in the moment? Was it the right thing to do? I don't mean from a financial or marketing point of view, but from a moral point of view. Was it the right thing to do to the people that lived there? Now we get into the last leg of the argument, the moral aspect.
Ollie doesn't pay for cart wranglers, and those savings go to you.
I gotta do one more thing.
60% of women experience leaks with bladder protection pads. Try Always Discreet.
Yeah,
It's rapid dry
I was thinking about doing that,
in
but
seconds
yeah.
to keep you drier. With less bulk than
I'm not gonna do it
boards.
now. I'm gonna do it later.
Try
I
Always Discreet. It's designed to protect.
might do it later.
You've got ideas, a new project, a renovation that's been waiting. Bauer gives you the tools you need to build, fix, and upgrade at prices that deliver more for your dollar.
bit, maybe.
Bauer, heavy duty guarantee.
I'll do the news, maybe.
Bikers, they're different. And so is motorcycle
Yeah, I'll take a nap in a little bit.
If you've been hurt in a motorcycle accident,
I'll do that in a little bit. I'll do that after the news at noon comes on. I'll do that. So I'm just out here for a little bit, relaxing.
And that's us. Why? Because these are our lawyers. Lawyers. That's the Bernstein Biker.
I'm tired, but I need to fight it. I need to watch the news tonight.
To start this one off, let me ask you a question. If you had to attend NASCAR races at just one track for the rest of your life, just one, what track would you choose?
Michigan or Indy?
Question over, let me give you my answer.
Michigan or
I'd
Indy?
choose Darlington Raceway. Now, Charlotte and Atlanta are closer to me by about an hour from where I live. Bristol is about 30 minutes closer. and that puts about a 3-hour drive between me and a race or two 1 weekend per year. So why there? Well, if the tracks in Atlanta or Charlotte fold, then their respective cities they call home will persist. They have a lot more going for them than just one racetrack. Likewise for Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Texas, or any other track built in a big market. If the track goes under, then the surrounding people will hardly notice. Bristol has a big enough fan base and enough events from other promotions going on that losing my one ticket a year isn't going to hit them that hard. But Darlington, the racetrack is literally the only thing that little town has going for it. And it needs every soul at the track that it can get, because NASCAR is the only game in town. They're not exactly holding record-setting football games in the infield there to shore up their revenue reports. The thousands of people in Darlington and Florence County rely on that one track and its one race date to make ends meet. The same applied for North Wilkesboro Speedway. When NASCAR left the foothills of North Carolina, they took away more than just tradition. They erased millions of dollars in tax revenue for the town and county, and even more millions in income for the people who live there. Wilkes County saw its biggest tax income source disappear overnight, and the money generated from hotels, restaurants, and vendors went away too. The area surrounding the speedway still hasn't recovered, and likely never will unless something drastic happens. With an entire county relying on a NASCAR track to prop itself up, it seems as though no thought was given to the impact that leaving that area would have. Instead, it was cannibalized for 2 race dates. One was given to an area of the country that already had a date, and the other race date was given to an area that had been in an economic boom since the 80s. Fort Worth and Loudoun didn't need those race dates, but Wilkes County did. College football is a similar instance to this. Small towns all over the United States have massive stadiums that host high-level athletic programs. Athens, Georgia has the University of Georgia Bulldogs, Eugene, Oregon has the Ducks, Clemson, South Carolina has the Tigers, and tons of other college towns all across the country have similar sports programs.
Notre Dame,
that
Irish.
the entire local economy. Imagine if the University of Georgia or Clemson just disappeared out of nowhere. Imagine the economic fallout that would occur if those two schools just up and left and took their sports programs with them. Well, that happened in 1996 to Wilkes County. Look, the world of business is a cutthroat one, I understand. But at some point, the people in positions of power need to look beyond the dollar signs of their spreadsheets and realize the people that those symbols represent. The closure of North Wilkesboro Speedway wasn't just the unnecessary ending of an era. It was a gut punch to thousands of regular people who woke up one day to the news that their biggest economic lifeline was going away and there was nothing they could do to stop it, except plead with millionaires to at least keep them around for a tradition's sake. It didn't work, and now those same millionaires are coming back, hat in hand, hoping to win back the core audience they left behind all those years ago.
It worked.
We all make mistakes. Big companies like SMI and NASCAR are no different. Don't spam them with hate after watching this. Let me say in the clearest terms possible that I do not condone that at all. If anything, just let them know that SMI still owns the North Wilkesboro Speedway today, and they can do a lot of good and correct a lot of wrongs by returning
They did.
the track. SMI tried to revitalize the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway earlier this year, but to no avail. City planners preferred to give priority to the new MLS stadium next door and go without the noise complaints NASCAR racing would incur. That project failed, but you know another track SMI owns at a place where people wouldn't give 2 rips about the noise and traffic? North Wilkesboro. That would take a lot, though. The surface is old and needs more than just some weed killer and some sealer to make it race ready again. The suites that used to house corporate sponsors, media, and fans just looking for a VIP experience
I'm not working.
are in
I'm not
such
working.
bad repair that they're collapsing in on themselves. But overall, the track is not in as bad a shape as it could be, and that's all thanks to the work of one man, Paul Call. Due to a clause in the sale contract, Paul got to be listed as the Speedway's sole employee. To this day, he does his best to preserve the track. But there's only so much one man can do against the steady march of time and Mother Nature. So if any effort is to be made to save North Wilkesboro Speedway, it has to be made sooner rather than later. With each passing day, the track becomes a little bit harder to resurrect.
Yeah, it looks like
I
it'll
got a
rain.
little bit of clout these days, so let's see if we can't get something started again. If you want to see NASCAR return to North Wilkesboro Speedway,
They did.
kindly let
At the
SMI
time.
know that they can make a push for that at any time of their choosing. Again, don't get angry or upset with them or blast them on social media. Just put the idea in their ear. Here's a list of tracks they own and their Twitter handles, so hit them up when you get a chance. Airbase Speedway is long gone, but North Wilkesboro Speedway can still be saved. It would have been easier a decade ago, but we still have an open shot, and interest in this topic has been steady for a while now. Just recently, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has offered to put together a crew to pick weeds at the facility so an aerial scan can be made of the track for iRacing, so that at least a digital copy of the Speedway can be made for future generations. Hopefully that's not the best we can eke
Come
out
on,
of the
hey.
situation. Maybe one day. People with a lot of money and clout will realize the mistakes made back in the 90s, and they'll be willing to drop a few million in getting the track back to racing shape. A lot of attempts have been made over the years to resurrect the track, but maybe the final one is in front of us and not behind us. The track can make money. The racing is good there. The community will back the attempts to revitalize the track to the hilt. And NASCAR fans are longing to hear some good news about the sport returning to its roots and trying to win back the fans it lost over a decade and a half ago. This could be the tipping point to getting back to the way things used to be. It's right there for the taking, but so many are hesitant to take it. Boatloads of people have said that North Wilkesboro just needs some crazy millionaire to pour money into the track and get it back on its feet. And that could happen at any time these days. A big tech investor threw gobs of money at Bubba Wallace and Richard Petty Motorsports this year, so why not North Wilkesboro at some point? According to all the articles I've read, the asking price starts at $12 million. So people, get started. Start a buzz and see who comes a knocking. As I've found on my channel already, the results may surprise even the most cynical of us. So let's get to it. Anyway, I'm Slapshoes.
And it worked. Oh, that's a modern version. Okay.
Big insurance, big pharma, big utility.
I want to look at this before the news comes on in about 15 minutes. It's supposed to rain a little bit.
Marine homicide
So, yeah.
prosecutor, Attorney General Mike Cox, Governor.
There's always something new at Gun Lake Casino Resort. Delicious.
So yeah, it's gonna rain soon, which I'm ready for it.
Exhilaration.
I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry. I'm not gonna eat because I don't want to. Make here. Nothing. Yeah, I'm not hungry. I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry. I'm tired. Looks like I'm gonna take a shower.
There is nothing for me to add, excepting just to tell you that this program has come to you through the National Broadcasting Company and associated radio stations. This is WJZ in New York.
WJZ, New York. WJZ. 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 Well, they're still around. Yep. They're now an NBC affiliate in Baltimore. Okay, that's interesting. First television broadcast, 1939. Wow, 1939. Wait.
WEAF New York.
1936. RCA. RCA NBC television.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company. WNBT New York.
1944.
The National Broadcasting Company. WNBT New York. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company. WNBT New York.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
I'll be back in a second, guys. I'm gonna put some shorts on. I'll be back in a second. Shorts. Later. No. Yeah, right there. Yeah, you can watch this for a little bit longer. Put channel 3 on. Then work away from there. Ugh.
This is NBC Television.
46. It's gonna start raining soon. 48. 48.
NBC's pioneer television station, WNBT, New York. NBC Television.
50. Okay. Yeah, guess Neil's on top of me. Guess Neil's gonna be on top of me soon.
NBC Television.
Oh, so in 4 minutes, I'm gonna go to the local news, but I'm staying on until most I feel like staying on.
NBC Television.
We're just on for a bit, right? We're gonna be out here for a while. I'll do 6/5/2026. That makes it. There we go. 1950. Okay. Guy's chewing gum in the camera in his face. 1952. That's different. I'm getting off in 3 minutes. 52. Xylophone came out in 53. Okay, did not know that. Happy New Year, 1953.
NBC Television.
Okay, it came out in color in 50.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
So NBC did color in the mid 50s.
The following program is brought to you in compatible color, pioneered and developed by RCA. The following program is brought to you in living color
Gotta get
on
off the-
NBC.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Oh, Nasdaq's down. It sucks.
The following program that you are about to see is in the limited color of NBC. It's all put together for a Chevrolet. The following program is being brought to you in the liveliest color of red, green, blue. It's all put together by RCA.
1958. 59.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC. Yes, look first to NBC for the most exciting group
59.
on television. Be among the first to see the exciting stars and the exciting new hits this fall on NBC.
Oh, Snake.
This is the NBC Television Network.
That looks disturbing.
This has been an NBC Television Network presentation. This has been an NBC Television Network presentation.
This is the CBS television. Oh, God damn it.
Produced in association with the NBC Television Network. Produced in association with the NBC Television Network. Produced in color in association with the NBC Television Network.
That was different.
This has been an NBC Television Network presentation. Produced in color in association with the NBC Television Network.
This is a thriller.
It's different.
Tuesday on NBC. In color Tuesday on NBC.
Limer.
On the show of the week.
Mercy Ward. Oh, that's neat. 1960. That's pretty neat.
This program is brought to you in living color on NBC by Timex.
NBC Films, 1961.
Produced in color in association with the NBC Television Network.
This is a color production of the NBC Television Network.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
The following program comes to you from New York in living color on NBC. 90-minute special, Sunday at 8:30, 7:30 Central Time on NBC.
Dragnet.
In color on NBC. Friday at 7:30, 6:30 Central Time on NBC. Tonight at 8, 7 Central Time on NBC.
Okay, I got this. I'd watch that later, but I got to watch the local news, which will be on in 3 minutes. After we watch the local news, I might go back to what we were watching. Yeah. It's gonna rain soon, so we're gonna watch the local news and see about the rain. Rain. I think she's still living. I'm not sure. I think she still is living. I mean, she'd be in her 70s now. Didn't she do a video a couple years ago? Yeah, so she'd be 56 years old now.
No matter how fast you go, because real life
I'm not sure.
comes first.
Shave tomorrow.
Explore our Built for Real Life model at phoenix.edu.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin, start with you. You did $47,000.
He's been a minute, so we're gonna see what.
$38,598.
What? Oh, you're over.
Christian, you did $32,500. Actual price $37,700.
Okay, so he won. 5,000. Oh, he did. Wow. He was like $5,000 under. Wow. He's taking a Mississippi River cruise. That old man river. That old man river. Yeah, buy a bottle of champagne. News time. Let's see what the severe weather is supposed to be getting today. That's it. I'm hungry.
Hey, have you missed any episodes of Ghosts?
What? No problem. They live on Paramount Plus.
Ghosts, all episodes now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This fall holidays,
A new CBS comedy with Lucy
a little bite.
Lucifer?
New CBS Fall.
They don't make good movies anymore. No one does.
What you doing in my neighborhood? I'm hosting BET Awards this year. Where did you get the horn? You can ride with me if you ain't got no ride. Your pants too tight. I'm gonna go get my own horn. Dang! BET Awards 2026 live Sunday, June 28th at 8 on BET.
And why is that?
All episodes.
Why is it reporting on CBS? I don't got BET because it's stupid. I'm actually surprised BET's still around because VH1 and MTV are both gone. VH1 and MTV are now gone.
There's a huge imbalance between the power and resources of.
I'm sorry, BET's still around.
And everyday.
How many works are they do? Yeah, there's BET,
With huge resources.
BKLK 635, 365, then you got the Bounce Network. All three networks are not for me to watch. But Bounce and 365 are on antenna. BET's cable.
Installation. We got this with you through every step of your remodel. Call or
Are you
visit our
gonna-
showroom for your
Yeah,
free design
I don't understand why I even talk about it because I don't like
DraftKings
watching
Casino
stuff.
gives
It's stupid.
you an upgrade with new flex spins. Forget one game. Now you choose which slots to use spins on. Exclusively on DraftKings Casino. New casino players play $5 and get 1,000 total flex spins to use on your choice of slots.
We still
After the
recording?
crash, Sunburst, the law firm, made sure that I was compensated fairly.
Yeah.
I knew they were going to handle everything for me. I didn't have to do nothing. It made me feel very important, and that's a nice feeling.
Actually, yeah, I wouldn't mind having that.
That matter to you.
No, I wouldn't mind having that place still. That was a nice setup. I would have a nice office.
To protect and alert you. This is News Channel 3.
You have two TVs, ain't you? Yeah, one in my room, one in the office.
Thank you for joining us on News Channel 3 live at noon. I'm Julie Williams.
And I'm Kirk Mason. Let's take you outside for a live look over South Haven. You can see gray skies are moving in. We have more than that in some areas already, and we have storm chances this afternoon and beyond.
Yeah, we'll turn things over to meteorologist Jeff Porter. Jeff, it was getting pretty windy when I came back from break.
Yeah, 100%. Julie, it hasn't rained since the 24th of May, so it's been a minute, and we could really use it. Let's take it to Holland. And we're coming here with streaks of rain in the lens of our Holland Park camera. That's the Macatawa River in the background. 65, rain cooled, no doubt about it, degrees. Okay, so right on the immediate west and northwest side of Kalamazoo, to the eastwood side of town, about 12:10, over to Level Park, which is Battle Creek, about 12:37. Now, some of these downpours coming up pretty good in the Alamo area, about 3/4 of an inch per hour. Take the far south and west, watching rain here just south of I-94. Should swing back into Oshtemo at 12:19. Let's use our squall line tool. Cass County bringing rain to Porter and Montville, 12:15, 12:21. Yeah, we started the show with Holland, and your rainfall rate right now.
Montville's gonna get rain? Okay, Montville is near us. Montville's just south of here, so if Montville's gonna get rain, we're gonna get rain. Porter's Union, Michigan.
For the beaches in Ottawa County, Muskegon, and Oceana counties, rip current south side of Piers.
I've been to Holland.
Encouraging you to not be in the water. 75 in Kalamazoo. You can actually see the rain shafts if you look.
38 here.
Fifth Third Bank, Southwest winds 20 miles per hour. Julie referenced those. 78 right now in Battle Creek. 77 in Coldwater.
It says 75, but 78 here.
Tomorrow morning, I'm going to talk about the arrival of the 90s, when they arrive. Julie will do that.
Shoot, wait.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Well, this is new at noon. The United Auto Workers Union, says they're endorsing Democrat
Hello.
El Sayed for Michigan's U.S.
It's
Senate race.
noon. I'm just
The
killing
UAW
time.
is the biggest union in Michigan, and their endorsements are usually pretty influential in Democratic politics. And
There's a strike going on in the other side of town right now in
They say
Theaters.
their members want a fighter in D.C. who will work for the working class. They did mention how Sayed hasn't taken corporate donations, and he's walked with workers who were on strike before. He's even expected to be at American Axle in Three Rivers this afternoon.
Ooh.
They're on strike there in order to try to get a pay increase. And a man is in the hospital right now because he was in this rollover crash near St. Joseph. It happened
Bergen
just after
County.
midnight. Police say he lost control and went off the road and actually rolled a couple of times, and he was thrown out of his car.
His Jeep.
Police say he wasn't wearing his seatbelt. He had to be airlifted to a hospital in Grand Rapids, and he's in critical condition.
That's a long flight.
We've also learned a 17-year-old boy died in a crash in
So hello,
Fruitland
guys.
Township, which is north of Muskegon. Two other
Fruitland.
kids were hurt. This happened around 6:45 on Whitehall last night. Police say the kids were in a truck that went off the road and hit something. They say the 17-year-old was driving and he died at the hospital. The other two kids should be okay.
Just have an honest conversation about kind of what's going on in the world.
Cost of living and the economy front and center in Kalamazoo. The governor and some elected leaders making a stop in the city Thursday. The roundtable conversation covering several topics about making life more affordable for Michigan residents. It was hosted by Governor Gretchen Whitmer and State Senator Sean McCann. McCann is running for Michigan's 4th district seat in Congress. Whitmer is endorsing McCann. The pair
I'm trying to do it, make some
owners
cash.
about their financial struggles, including a senior citizen also who worries about losing Medicare coverage.
No, I'm not gonna.
Who says
I'm not cooking anything right now because I'm gonna just power later. But I'm staying on for a little bit.
And I've heard so many different plans that are short-term thinking at best.
For the November midterm election, Michigan's primary is in August. The 4th congressional seat held right now by Republican Bill Huizenga. He'll face Philip Tanis in the August primary. McCann will be up against Diop Harris II in the Democratic primary.
A special meeting in Comstock Township was postponed. It has to do with them firing their superintendent without cause. Now, that happened a couple of days ago, but their supervisor says there were some important issues that weren't resolved, including the payout structure for their former superintendent and how they'll actually pay him. Their supervisor also says the meeting that was supposed to be last night wasn't actually shared on their official platforms, so he requested that they could meet at 6 tonight, but that also fell through. That's because at least 4 board members have to be there in order for that meeting to happen, and only 2 of them were available.
This resolution been brought forward a little bit more transparently, and prior to the board meeting, we could have crossed our T's and dotted our I's and not had to have a special meeting, but because it was just thrown on the table, and not everybody, including board members, all of us and the attorney, were aware that this was going to take place. There were some things with this topic that weren't covered.
Now, we reached out to all 7 of their board members on Tuesday and then again on Wednesday. So far, we've heard from their supervisor and their treasurer. We do have all of this information for you on our website right now, wwmt.com. And get this, turns out the Wildwood Off Main Apartments in Kalamazoo had been flagged for issues with their stairs in 2022. Those stairs are the same reason the entire complex was just condemned. The Kalamazoo Area Building Authority says they were falling apart and rotting 4 years ago. And the township says that they are okay with bringing temporary stairs in so that people on the 2nd floor can move out safely. Of course, we are keeping a close eye on this, and we'll let you know what happens from here.
It's the last day of school for elementary students at North Glade Montessori Magnet School in Kalamazoo. Their half day ending with kindergartners participating in the Kalamazoo Promise certificate signing ceremony this morning. This is the future high school graduating class of 2038. Take that in for a moment. All kindergartners in the district hold the ceremony, but each year the district chooses one school to host Superintendent Dr. Darren Slade and the Kalamazoo Promise Chief Operating Officer Bob George. Each student receiving their certificate promising to provide them with free in-state college tuition as long as they graduate from the Kalamazoo Public
Online
School.
grocery opens up today in the new location. Let's look.
One, to remind people that the promise is still around, and you know, this is a gift that nobody should pass on. And so we want to remind people.
Standing at the side of,
you know, this little thing like reading to your kids that will help them really take advantage of the promise.
Okay, it's getting darker out, so we're gonna.
Promise started in 2005 and has since awarded more than 9,000 students more than $250 million.
They're all adorable. Congrats to those kindergartners. Well, the KIA Arts Fair starts today. This is its 75th year,
I wish I could go to
and we have
school.
more than 140 artists from across the U.S. who will be at Bronson Park. It starts in just several hours here at 3, and it's free. They also have food trucks, live music, and kids activities. You can also get into the KIA for free this weekend, and right now they have an exhibit about sneaker culture.
It's Kia.
The fair this year, you can experience something for everyone. So there'll be, I think, 11 different artists disciplines happening. So everything from fiber to glassware to jewelry to painting and drawing, of course, to much more.
And they say they'll be there through tomorrow, rain or shine.
The Senate in session all night into this morning before passing a $70 billion bill to fund immigration enforcement agencies for the next 3 years. Alaska's Lisa Murkowski, the only Republican to vote with Democrats against the bill. It's a big win for President Trump. Natalie Brand reports.
After a marathon 18 hours of votes, Senate Republicans passed their long-awaited immigration enforcement bill early Friday morning.
The yeas are 52, the nays are 47. This bill, as amended, is passed.
The roughly $70 billion package funds ICE and Border Patrol through the end of the Trump administration. The delay in voting for the reconciliation package came after a Republican revolt over a controversial DOJ fund of people claiming to have been unfairly prosecuted by the previous administration. But the acting attorney general said the fund is not moving forward. A majority of Republicans successfully defeated multiple efforts on the floor to block the fund permanently.
Does anyone here believe this slush fund is a good idea? Does anybody think it's a good idea to fund ICE? Anyone? Do you think it's a good idea to fund our Border Patrol? Do you think it's a good idea to fund federal law enforcement? Let's do it.
The reconciliation bill also dropped security funding related to the president's White House ballroom construction.
Republicans stripped the funding from the bill earlier this week, but 6 GOP senators joined Democrats on an amendment that would have given Congress sole authority to authorize construction of the ballroom, still failed to get the votes needed to pass.
We think it's a terrible idea to overshadow the White House with a monument appropriate to Louis XIV. But that's not the point right now. The point is there is no congressional authorization.
A judge ruled in March President Trump had overstepped his authority. The president slammed the ruling, saying the ballroom is needed for national security. An appeals court will hear arguments today. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, coming up this afternoon, there's a new piece of evidence in the case of the woman from Michigan who went missing in the Bahamas.
Julie, thank you very much. Pouring right now in one of our Kalamazoo cameras. When the 90s arrive and when it will feel like 100 degrees. Rick Denny alongside on Friday. You're watching News Channel 3 live at noon.
Friday, it's an office road. With Jennifer Lopez and Brett Goldstein. A little bit more adults.
Okay, it's starting to rain.
Charming way about you.
It's starting raining now.
All of a sudden you're like, that's cute.
The Kelly Clarkson Show. Today at 4 on News Channel 3.
News Channel 3's Weather Alert Network, connecting you to a network of meteorologists, live eyes, and reporters beyond West Michigan to track storms as they build. Trust the News Channel 3 Weather Alert Network to protect and alert you.
For most people, it's a big deal when you turn 50. But when you're 50 or older and can't keep doing the work you used to do, changing jobs is too hard.
That's why Social Security has rules to help people over 50 get disability benefits. But not every lawyer knows those rules.
Regardless of your age, call us.
From applying to appealing,
we help you every step of the way.
Call 616-580-1699. Levine Benjamin.
So my daughter woke up with a pretty bad cough, and she just kept coughing. I took her temperature, and it was over 100. That's when I started to worry. Deep breaths. I knew I could go to Bronson Quick Care without needing an appointment. They take care of minor problems, and then there's Quick Care Plus for urgent needs like broken bones and stitches. Of course, we go to the emergency room for emergencies like chest pain. That's why I love Bronson, for minor needs, urgent needs, and emergencies.
Is your shower trying to tell you something? Is getting in and out of the bathtub becoming a safety concern? Are you worried about the cost of a bathroom remodel that could go on for weeks and weeks? Well, now you can have a gorgeous new bath or shower with a one-day jacuzzi bath remodel that's safer at a price you can afford. We're waiving all installation costs and postponing all payments for up to 1 year.
Oh my gosh, it is beautiful.
From soft close shower doors and adjustable shower heads to features like grab bars and custom seats that combine safety and style. It's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your one-day installation, and start loving your new bath or shower right away.
Call or go online right now. We're waiving all installation costs and offering no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-384-4526. Call now.
Thank you for turning to News Channel 3 at noon. The news continues right now.
Just into our newsroom, a Hawaiian man behind bars right now, charged with threatening Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Federal court records show 48-year-old Ronald Seville emailed Michigan State Police saying he was going to kill as many people as possible. Police say he later sent a threatening email to Governor Whitmer saying he was going to shoot up the Capitol. Seville was found and arrested in Texas this week. Seville was previously convicted twice in federal court of the District of Hawaii for making threats toward former President George W. Bush in 2006 and toward a former United States District Judge in 2012. If convicted, Seville faces up to 5 years in prison per count. We'll bring you updates on this case as it works its way through court.
CBS has exclusive video from the Coast Guard. It shows them on Lynette Hooker's dinghy in the Bahamas. Now, Lynette is the woman from Michigan who went missing there. Christian Benavides has more.
Coast Guard investigators have seized the vessel Brian Hooker said his wife Lynette fell off from. Inspectors were seen scouring the 8-foot dinghy Thirsty for clues into her case, holding up a life jacket. A cadaver dog was nearby.
Short of a body, this is perhaps the most significant piece of evidence that the Coast Guard has been able to recover this week.
Brian previously told authorities he and his wife were on the dinghy the night of April 4th when rough waters bounced her off into the sea. Sources tell CBS News GPS data recovered from an electronic device belonging to Brian was inconsistent with his initial accounts to police about that evening. Now U.S. authorities are back on the islands with specialized divers and equipment plunging into previously unsearched areas of the Abaco Sea, looking for her body or any evidence in her case, which is being investigated as a possible murder.
I just have a feeling that she's in the water somewhere with those scuba weights that are missing.
Lynette's daughter, Carly Aylesworth, spoke on Ashley Banfield's podcast, Drop Dead Serious, Wednesday about the renewed search efforts.
I'm waiting to see what happens. But I know there's been a lot of work behind the scenes, but just time.
Brian was arrested and questioned by Bahamian police after the disappearance. He was released days later without charges, and he maintains his innocence.
The Coast Guard will concentrate on deep diving today. They have not yet given a timeline on when they plan to leave the Bahamas. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Marsh Harbor, the Bahamas.
It'd be too warm for me to go to the Bahamas.
About 2,000 union workers at SoFi Stadium in LA might go on strike, but the World Cup is set to start next week, and they'll be playing there. These workers say their main concern is going to be ICE agents.
Myself and my coworkers are a little bit scared for coming to work because I do have a lot of employees that are here on working visas from different countries.
And they're also worried ICE agents might pick them up, so they want special protections from them. They also want better pay and safety regulations. They're supposed to meet again on Monday, but they say they might walk out. They might go on strike if they don't reach a deal.
Julie, thank you very much. Want to get you ready for your Friday night. And your
I was hitting these shopping.
Like the first time in a long time. It is pouring in Grand Haven. We certainly welcome that. I know the timing not great here, but you can see the visibility is
Grand Haven, okay. Allegan.
Story in Allegan, you can actually see the physical drops of rain. Someone's crossing the Old Iron Bridge right now. 64 in the rain in Allegan. And with a chance for thunderstorms, not only later today, tonight, and early tomorrow morning. Perfect time to make sure you have the latest version of our Weather Alert Network app. Okay, southerly flow intensifying here, upwards of about 25 to maybe 30 miles per hour. Creating rip currents, swamping piers, and once you're off the piers, I think the rain would encourage you to do just that. Before we get back to the rain,
oh, shoot.
I want you to know it'll feel like 97 on Wednesday of next week, then 102 and 100 next Thursday and next Friday. So this changed sort of mid-morning, about 8:20 this morning, our chance for some gusty winds for just about every county here in West Michigan, still at 5%. I think really the overarching story with these thunderstorms is they're capable of locally heavy rain. You know, outside of the I-69 and eastward corridor, tomorrow late morning, early afternoon, our severe threat Friday really greatly reduced. Okay, so let's track regular live Doppler radar. Everything moving east and northeast about 34 miles per hour.
124, Three Rivers.
In a matter of a couple of minutes. Now, Parkville and Mendon, you're shortly thereafter. Watching the rain in Kalamazoo and
Richland, okay, Richland, Emmett, Marshall, okay,
1246.
Cooper.
You wonder what the rain looks like. This is 3 Mile Road near the Doster area, about 2/3 of an inch per hour, stretching to the east side of Plainwell and Otsego. Big corridor of right
Kentwood,
here.
Hudsonville,
Caledonia,
Penfield.
Boston, 1241, 1256. Here's the feature out here in lower Wisconsin. That is a slow mover that I think will.
So we're just gonna kill some time now, guys. We're gonna change it in about a minute. After the water's over, we're gonna change it over because we get rain in about 4 minutes. So we're gonna change it over to TV, to YouTube or something. And you guys can say, put the chat. I'll read it. Put the chat. I'll read it.
Thunderstorms overnight as well. All right, hour by hour. Here we go. Right in Kalamazoo.
Henry, okay. Henry Milton. My friend, me and my friend John and me. Last name's Milton. My friend, last name's Henry. H&M stands for Henry Milton Corporation. That's why it's HMC. When we first started YouTube, it's H&M. Then eventually, I took over the channel, and we still do videos. We still do videos off and on, but I used to do H&M because it's easier. I was supposed to try HMC, but I didn't like it, so I just kept it H&M so it'd be easier. We did have some problems with it because of copyright infringement with the close company H&M, so I had to change it up a little bit. And then some other things happened, so and then this and that. So I just fixed it by doesn't matter. I just changed it to HMC, Henry Milton Corporation. So I just changed it to HMC, Henry Milton Corporation, and just left the H&M as tradition.
Forecast. Have a wonderful weekend. Of course, we'll navigate the rain.
Ooh.
Your Sunday looks wonderful.
The weather looks horrible.
9-0 Wednesday.
I gotta walk in that.
Thursday. August 16th. That feels like 5 years.
Oh, we're gonna have problems. But yeah, news is over with. Okay. News is up. Okay, now watching the news. Now we're gonna watch random stuff on YouTube. Like I said, you guys had questions, say put in the chat. I'll read it. I was gonna have lunch, but change my mind. I've been working for like 2 years. What? Well, like I said, anyone asks me questions, and I do read all comments. I mean, I read all comments. Anyone who leaves a comment on any of my videos, I do read them. It might take me a few days to get to them, but I do read all comments. Okay, it might take a few days or so, but yeah. And when we get 5,000 subscribers, we are going to do merch again. We're going to get ourselves a P.O. box back. If we get 5,000 subscribers, we'll get a P.O. box back. But besides that, that's about it. That's about it. I mean, people ask me some weird questions over the years. Hey, Tyler, what about that one thing you're working on? About the cartoon thing. It's going to come out, guys, but some things are getting changed. I'm removing a cartoon off the list due to the previous person that wrote it. When I wrote it real cheesy. I was reading this thing I wrote. Well, back guys, I was rereading something yesterday. I mean, I had a cartoon list. I updated it, removed off a cartoon I was going to do because I reread the strip I wrote for that thing. It sucks so bad that we're not even going to do it. If I do it, I'll have to do a whole entire rewrite. I'm going to have to do a whole entire rewrite because that script, and I tried to do it, hooking it up to a YouTube, hook it up to a word cipher, and it does not even sound good. So if I do redo this one thing I worked on back in school, I might have to rewrite it because it sucks. In 4th grade, I wrote a story. It sucks. I recently reread it. It is not good at all. So if I even decide to do it, I'll do a reread. I'll do a rewrite. But yeah. But besides that, not much else is happening. Just like I said, we're just killing time right now. Okay, we made it to. Let's see here. We made it here. Close enough to where we're at. We're watching. But yeah, we're just killing time right now. We're just going to kill time and watch random stuff. But yeah. I read all comments. I mean, I'm also working on the cartoon still, but a little bit of the cartoon stuff has changed a smidge, but not much. So, yeah, I gotta rewrite the cartoon list over again today and do because I got some cartoons I like to make. I mean, I've been writing them. There was one cartoon had an idea back in the early 2000s, back in 2007, 2008. Recently, I wrote that, and they had some pretty good stuff. It's better than I thought because earlier days when I wrote this one thing, it was going to be. It was good. I mean, some stuff I found some paperwork I wrote down back in early 2007, 2008. I was going to make a cartoon out of stop motion animation. But recently someone said you can do this one thing which make it easier, which I don't know. I don't know if I want to use it through a computer or do stop motion animation still. I'm not sure. But we got about a little over 10 cartoons we'll work on. One cartoon I'm writing my own cartoons right now. But I'm going to make cartoons soon. Eventually, make some cartoons eventually. There is one cartoon that can't get worked on yet. Not for a while, because it's going to be a while. But I have one cartoon I definitely want to work on. But my friend of mine who wants to do... Well, the person that owns the right to it is a friend of mine. He said he wants to do it. So I told him, take the whole reins if you want to on your own cartoon. And one condition. You put on my channel... I have to be a producer. That's it. But besides that, that's it. A lot of things are happening around here. It's gonna rain soon. That's why it's so dark in here. But I've been working on stuff for a few years now. Ideas and stuff, like cartoons and stuff. And a few things I wish I could do, but I don't know if I can or not. This YouTube channel is a variety channel. We do everything on the channel from A to Z. But we do all sorts of things on this channel that it's crazy what I do on this channel. I do some stuff that people said you can't do. I have done it on this channel before. One time I walked to the nearby town, Centerville, which is 6 miles from here. Hey, if you take the highway by car. I took the long way around, so I walked further. I don't know how far I walked, but I walked further. Then I did an air trip on a bicycle from my house to a certain location that was 7 miles away one way. So I've done done some crazy stuff before on the channel. Most stuff I have done, I have recorded. But I do some pretty crazy stuff on this channel. What the heck's that? Like I said, I do the channel from A to Z. I'm just killing some time. I'm out here for fun.
It just starts in black and white.
Excuse me for a second. Sounds like the police or fire. Oh, it's an ambulance. Is that life care or... I don't know, it might be something pigeon. Constantine. Not one of our ambulances, I don't think. Yeah, maybe. Must be going down Constantine, not Maine. Not hard, no. Actually, that's surprising. That was one of our ambulances. They just turned off the lights. The siren. Person must just. Oh, that's not right. No, that's odd. Well, it was one of our units, but they turned off the lights and siren. I wonder why. Tyler, when you get to that one place, you're gonna stop doing the. Yeah, that's gonna happen too. There is something that Oh, that's pretty neat. Oh, that's neat. Like I said, I'm just watching random stuff.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC. The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Yeah, like I said, guys, we're just doing random stuff. There is something that we will be doing to this channel. Well, there is something I need to talk about the channel real quick. There is going to be something happening to the channel. But right now, it's not going to happen. Not for a while, but there is something going to happen to the channel real soon. Something big will happen to the channel in a few months to maybe a couple years from now. We are going to be doing something that I can't let me say this, but we're going to be that. When we get to a certain number, which is going to be, we're almost halfway to the certain, there's two things going to be happening, but it doesn't really matter. One thing is getting close. One thing we're getting closer to, another thing we're not, but it doesn't really matter. Let me start over again, okay? We're working on a couple things on the channel. I can't talk about due to it's not proper yet, but you need to know that when we hit a certain amount of videos, we will stop doing the numbers. And when we reach 5,000 subscribers, we'll get our P.O. box. We'll get our P.O. box and start doing merch over again. Do not look at cards while reading this. Whoops. So, yeah, I got some... Yeah. Ooh, added up. 67. I like this one. Yeah, so we're going to stay on until the rain stops. I know it's going to rain for a while, so yeah.
Weekday mornings on NBC.
Ooh, today.
American Profile, Home Country, USA. Friday night
68.
on NBC.
Oh.
This is the NBC television network.
I didn't get Card TV until recently, until later. I had Black White TV for years. Reagan! Oh, that's neat.
Join the chase this fall.
Oh, that's neat. That's real neat. I wish I could do that. Oh, the end from 75. Fun. Movie 75. CBS, right? Or ABC? Yeah.
This is the NBC television
1975. 76. Oh, that's neat. Oh, that's neat. That's pretty cool. 50 years, 76. Psych.
NBC 77, the year of the big events for Super
Says 1978.
Events will be even bigger in 78.
NBC 78. Now it's starting to pour. Now it's pouring. Now it's pouring. Yep. You alright, Whistle? Yeah, I hear ya. 79. The Olympics. So you've been doing the Olympics forever. Oh, that's different. '78 Olympics on NBC. Isn't the Olympics going to be in the U.S. this year? Yep. 79. Yeah, Olympics were based in Michigan. No. I think the Olympic torch has been through Michigan. I know it was in Niles at one time. I have to look into that.
This is NBC.
America, the magic keeps on growing. America.
I'm gonna look into that
This is NBC.
later. 81. I'm gonna look into that later. 82. Carson! I never watched much. I don't watch much NBC programming. I watch CBS and everything else stuff. Chips! I don't really watch NBC that much. Didn't your Fox affiliate have Roseanne? Yeah, and Chips. Then 57 had Great Andy Griffin.
This is the NBC Television Network.
But we're just killing time. It poured, now it's good. I wish I could.
Hold on for the
Knight Rider!
television on NBC.
Who's next? Mr. T, 83. Bonnie. Or pizza. I don't know, we're gonna make pizza tonight? I don't know what any of these shows are. There's Mr. T. 18, 83. 18. '83. NBC 83.
This is the NBC Television Network. You can
84. In the 80s, you only had three networks in the 80s. Yeah, then Fox came out in 87, 88. Family Ties. I never watched Family Ties. 84. And always 84. Highway to Heaven? I don't like Highway to Heaven, but that's surprising. I didn't know it was on that work.
This is the NBC Television Network.
What channel do you guys have? We'll be independent. If I own a TV station, it'd be independent.
This is the NBC Television Network.
I wouldn't want to be part of Comcast. 85. I don't know if I work for Comcast. 85.
TV's bloopers and practical jokes will not be seen tonight, so that we may bring you the following NBC special movie presentation.
This is the NBC Television Network.
86. I left the bed. Wish I don't work. Wow, I haven't seen him in years. They're doggone too. 86.
It's homecoming week on NBC.
This is the NBC Television Network.
Tomorrow.
The programs normally scheduled on NBC Monday night will be back next week. Now stay tuned for the 7th and deciding game of the World Series.
60th anniversary. I don't watch NBA. '87. '87. Oh, that's a neat chair. Welcome to the best on Channel 8.
This is the NBC Television Network.
A Year in the Life and Say Elsewhere will return next week. Now stay tuned for an NBC World Premiere miniseries.
Miami Vice and Crime Story will not be seen tonight, so that we may bring you NBC Sports' special presentation of the Fiesta Bowl.
Fiesta Bowl, 1988. Come home to the best of NBC.
This is the NBC Television Network. A Different World, the season premiere of Cheers, Dear John, and L.A. Law all return next Thursday. Now stay tuned for the World Series.
Oh, wow. I wish I had my own TV station.
Only on NBC.
Bill Cosby. I don't know who you are. 1989. I got money.
Come home to the best. Only on NBC.
Yep.
Come home to the best television network for news, sports.
I'm gonna shave tonight.
Rewatching True Blue will return next Friday with all new episodes. Now NBC kicks up your New Year's weekend with a world premiere comedy adventure.
1990.
Wednesday.
Ooh, Unsolved Mysteries.
A place to be for news, sports, and great entertainment. NBC is the place to be. NBC is the place to be.
Now more than ever, NBC is the place to be.
For the best in news, sports, and great entertainment, tune to the #1 television network, NBC. This is the NBC Television Network.
1993.
Now for your favorite stars.
93. Seinfeld. Oh, Roachin's good. Roachin's watching.
NBC Quest will not be seen tonight, but it will return next week with an all-new episode. Now, stay tuned for the world television premiere of Backdraft.
Never heard of Backdraft. 93 to 2003.
You're watching NBC.
They used it for that long? 10 years? Wow. Oh, you don't.
You're watching NBC.
You're watching NBC. NBC Delicious.
That's neat. That's a new one.
This is NBC.
You're watching NBC.
Still raining.
This
What's
is
a pizza
NBC.
tonight? I don't know. I haven't there yet. I'm just gonna do this for a little bit. I just guys were fun.
The following is an NBC special presentation.
You're watching NBC.
That's something I would make. With your feet. I need to have bigger feet. I don't remember that. I don't remember the parking meter one. Oh, that one. Skittles? Oh, that's neat. Out of ice? That's neat. Oh, just to make film.
Extra Frasier, extra fun, and extra Frasier for everyone. Next on NBC.
Oh, that's different. Years. That was interesting.
You're watching NBC. You're watching NBC.
Now, Dateline NBC.
Teacups.
Broadcasting from 215 affiliates nationwide, including WDIV4 Detroit. This is NBC.
Yeah, that was overkill. He should have did with TV8.
You're watching 7 at your service, KPLC.
It's must see.
We're at 96. "70 years.
Gracias. Spasiba. Dankeschön. Hey, in any language. Thanks for
96.
making NBC America's most watched network. Yeah. You're watching NBC, watched by more people than any other network.
Mike Cox will root out waste, fraud, and abuse. Mike Cox for governor.
This is Arby's pecan chicken salad
I
sandwich.
don't know.
This medley of diced chicken, chopped pecans,
So
and
far,
sliced
it's
grapes is
not
crafted.
that bad out raining right now.
It tastes like hard work. If hard work tasted like
I'm just relaxing. We're gonna have some lunch now. We'll make dinner tonight. Might pack up in a little bit and go back to my room and do some stuff in my room. Yeah, that too. Don't know yet. Keep thinking today's Friday.
We now join the world's most amazing videos, already in progress on NBC.
Strap on your
2000.
seatbelt. Jag is taking off right now on NBC. Cool.
75 years.
75th anniversary celebration this May.
2002.
So we introduce Friends, and the Peacock gets us our color back.
That's how I understood it.
Up next, Friends. We're waiting.
Karen from Will and Grace said, "Honey, this drink will put the color right back in your cheeks."
Yeah, right.
Shazam!
Thanks for sharing.
Showing Mr. Trump my business skills. See the gray M&Ms.
I am not a spectacle.
Darn, your color's back.
Only 5 cents. Watch Frasier now on Tuesdays.
On NBC.
What the?
Where's the peacock? It's a long story.
Okay.
Watch Frasier now on Tuesdays.
On NBC.
Where's the peacock?
It's a long story.
And cut.
Okay.
We're blowing up our new balloon for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on NBC. Along with these red and green M&Ms, it's the perfect way to start off the holiday season. I don't think we're going to be ready by Thursday. Coming up next, the new Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade balloon of everyone's favorite celebrities.
Oh boy! A Law and Order balloon?
I was talking about us.
We're gonna be on Law and Order?
You're watching NBC,
2008.
where everything is all new all week. It all starts Monday on NBC.
2008. Oh, that's...
The following program is brought to you in living color. NBC. Yeah!
2010.
The following programs are brought to you in living color on NBC. The following programs are brought to you in living color on NBC. The following programs are brought to you in living color on NBC.
Minions! 2010.
The following program is brought to you in living
2010.
color on NBC.
Our regular programming will not be seen this morning, so that we may bring you the following holiday special.
2011. 2012. 2014.
Tonight, the exciting conclusion of an NBC miniseries.
Twenty 2015.
Due to the duration of the Stanley Cup Finals,
2015.
now join the island, already in progress. A special holiday movie
2017.
tomorrow on NBC. A comedy Christmas celebration, Tuesday, December 5th on NBC. Christmas at Rockefeller Center live, Wednesday on NBC.
2018.
We love great television. Maybe that's why NBC is America's most watched network.
That's CBS, not NBC. 2018.
Is NBC.
2019.
The Voice, new tonight.
2020.
Manifest. You. Tonight on NBC.
Connected. A new comedy premieres Thursday on NBC.
Due to the length of today's golf coverage, we now join Dancing with Myself, already in progress.
2001. 2022. 2023. 2025. And 2026.
The Voice, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
It's the holiday season, and excitement is here. New on NBC, it's holiday time.
Celebrating 100 years on NBC.
New January 16th on NBC and Peacock.
Oh my God.
100 years on NBC. "100 years NBC." A 100 years of celebrating 100 years of broadcasting. NBC. 11 months ago, HBO. I don't speak. Okay, so he does all sorts of videos like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. I might shut down for a little bit. Do it. I'm going to shut down for a little bit. Okay, I'm going to shut down, guys. See ya.
Did you hear? All Domino's pizzas are half off, no matter how you order. It's this week only, so y'all better get going.